What is cyber resiliency? Well, to put it simply, it's the ability for an organization to quickly and effectively recover from a cyber attack. Now, these attacks affect small businesses all the way up to enterprise, and with the increase in complexity and frequency of these attacks, it's more important now than ever for anyone involved in an organization's data to understand what it means to be truly cyber resilient. So, what does it take to be cyber resilient? Well, let's talk about time first. Now, if we take this timeline, and this represents the days it takes to recover from a cyber attack, the average right now is 23. Now, this is a nightmare scenario for the CISO all the way down to the IT admin. Any CISO does not want to explain why they're still 23 days in and they haven't recovered yet. And the IT admin is having to do this recovery that whole time. And to further illustrate why it's important to recover more quickly than this, we can add the data y-axis to this. Now, if this is your data, every day that passes by, we have more and more of our workload being affected. Now, we're talking about petabytes at this point, and this just further illustrates what a headache this can be, which it also makes it evident what we want to do, which is we want to reduce this time to recover closer to this side of the timeline. Now, what this does with the workload amount is it makes a much nicer slice of pie to recover from. Now, this makes the IT admin happy, and this makes the CISO happy because they don't have to explain why it's taken 23 days. Maybe it's done in a shift now. So, what is involved in achieving this result? Well, there's 5 steps. The first one is your foundational security. Now, this is your SIEM and your SOAR. These are the folks that are keeping most of the bad guys out of the castle. Now, I say most because it's not going to catch everyone, and it truly is not a matter of if, but when someone gets through. So what do you need to do then? Well, we need to figure out something's going on, right? So detecting is the next part. And it's not enough to just detect an anomaly. We have to do this quickly, because nothing can kick off in this process until we know something's going on. Now, the next step, once we've detected, is to recover. And this similarly has to be done quickly, because we can detect quickly and not recover quickly, and we're still back at this 23 mark. But if we can detect quickly and recover quickly, we're much closer to bringing our recovery time closer to our ideal goal. Now, what are we recovering? Well, we need to have a copy of our data that hasn't been encrypted and held for ransom. So we need to have an immutable snapshot available to us that we can recover from. And what an immutable snapshot allows us to do is it allows us to go back in time, basically, to before the attack, to a known good copy of our data that we can then recover from. And the last step that is the glue for all of this is automation. When we automate this process, we eliminate human error and also speed up every step in the process so that we're dragging this workload and time to recover all the way back down to here. So when we understand what we need to focus on and also the steps that it takes to truly recover from a cyber attack, we're that much closer as an organization to being cyber resilient.